Most of us think compulsively all the time. That is to say, we talk to ourselves. If I talk all the time, I don't hear what anyone else has to say. If I think all the time, that is to say, if I talk to myself all the time, I don't have anything to think about except thoughts. And therefore, I'm living entirely in the world of symbols. Therefore, if you meditate for an ulterior motive, that is to say, to improve your mind, to improve your character, to be more efficient in life, you've got your eye on the future and you are not meditating. Well, meditation, when correctly done, has nothing to do with all that. It's a kind of digging the present. It's a kind of grooving with the eternal now. The place where it's at is simply here and now. If you simply close your eyes and allow yourself to hear all the sounds that are going on around you, just listen to the general hum and buzz of the world as if you were listening to music. Don't try to identify the sounds you're hearing. Don't put names on them. Simply allow them to play with your eardrums. It's all just sound. And if I am talking to you right now when you're doing this, don't try to make any sense out of what I'm saying, because your brain will take care of that automatically. You don't have to try to understand everything. As you hear sounds coming up in your head, thoughts, you simply listen to them as part of the general noise going on, just as you would be listening to the sound of my voice, or just as you would be listening to cars going by, or to birds chattering outside the window. So look at your own thoughts as just noises. And soon you will find that the so-called outside world and the so-called inside world come together. They are a happening. Your thoughts are a happening, just like the sounds going on outside. And everything is simply a happening, and all you're doing is watching it. It's all just sound. The place where it's at is simply here and now.
Alrighty, what is up, guys? Seems like I always live stream during a thunderstorm. We're in one of Miami's nice thunderstorms here, which is kind of cool. So yeah, I'll probably be hearing that lightning, thunder, all that fun stuff. Kind of nice in the summer months here. I'm getting a lot of that lately. So let's get into the analysis. I mean, you know, at first, obvious first impression here. What's up, Bitcoin Slut? What's up, Karate? Funny name. Bitcoin Slut. Elgato, what's up? So obviously, you know, you're getting the bear div here, you know, or I mean double top or whatever here, rejecting from this point. You know, that's the bear div from obviously back there. And then what was the main bear div? I think, yeah, the 4 hour was the main bear div. Money flow is coming up more now. So, you know, there's definitely a case to be made that you're just going to, you know, push through or whatever, or make a higher high here or something. But if you're going to have a correction, come back down to this area or lose this area or play out in the bearish case, probably going to happen relatively soon. You came up to the level, I mean, maybe you could bounce around a little bit for some time. But money flow coming out here, you do have kind of, I mean, I wouldn't even really call these trigger waves. I mean, it is the weekend, a little tougher to predict money flow coming out there. It would look a little bit more like in the camp that you may get a trigger wave in the 2 hour that saves the day, brings you up though. Something of that nature could easily happen. Like I said though, Saturday night, a little bit hard to predict. But in terms of money flow, 6 hour not bad, 4 hour not bad, 5 hour would be more the case. That 5 hour bear div and money flow coming out is definitely what the bears would be happy about right here. That's what the bears would want to see right here, which is good for the bears. 90-minute as well. If we could get into the red, that would be pretty good. Combined with the VWAP coming down, that would be a pretty good sign for the bears. I would say the 2-day is a pretty good sign for the bears too, because your RSIs are coming together. It looks like this move could be almost over. You're coming into the green, but your VWAP's coming down. Make it a little trigger wave there. So that almost could be a bit of a sign for the bears as well. Like I just said, yeah. And then coming down with the VWAP starting to come down on the 3-day. You may get even a blood diamond on the 3-day. When's the last time we've seen a blood diamond on the 3-day? That was interesting. Time February of 2022. So kind of dodged a bullet for a little bit with that one. We came up and then because that was like post Super Bowl, and then came up a little bit and then right down. So yeah, weekly green dot, gapped RSIs. Everything here is not bad except for the gapped RSIs. The gapped RSIs are the main bearish part of that. I would say if you look at if you look at these kind of higher time frames, like the 5-day, this would make it, I mean, you could get a trigger wave right after that to the downside, maybe a blood diamond to the downside, who knows, but that would be, I'd say the 5-day, the 6-day, probably even the weekly to a certain extent are your more bullish case. And as long as this guy confirms on the 2-week, this green dot in 8 days, you're almost looking like you're dodging the bullet on the 2-week to a certain extent. Okay, so 33K. There's a spiral line around there. Pimp and split. There's a spiral line around there. So, yeah. Yeah, smash the likes, guys. Always appreciate that. And check out the free Discord down below. And if you guys are interested in trading, check out the links down below for my exchanges. If you guys deposit at least $200 in either FAIRDESK or MEXC, I'll give you 1 free month in the VIP Discord. Just open a support ticket in the free Discord. It's just the premium Discord channels. I mean, open a free ticket in the regular Discord, and I will get you sorted once you do that. You have to sign up with my link and put your UID. So yeah, let's see. Bullish on parade. Yeah, the 3-day. What's up? Let's look at the 3-day. Yeah, I mean, the 3-day I think would be more the bear case with the VWAP coming down, money flow coming down from there. It says coming up right now, though. But I would say 2-day, daily, 3-day are kind of neutral at best to a slightly more bearish, but the weekly is not bad with money flow coming up. So yeah, I mean, ultimately, and oh yeah, I forgot to mention like the 16-hour, 12-hour. These money flow crossovers here are probably more of the bull case to come up to 33 or 37 right there. If we do something of this nature, I mean, let's kind of just let's see how long this stayed in the red there. So if it's something like that, the halfway point, probably like middle of July, you'd get up to 38. That was around the time I think you peaked out in 2019, around July, so keep that in mind. After 38, I mean, who knows? If it's like 2015, maybe you just keep going all the way. But I kind of think at that point you would maybe see a decent correction after that. I mean, let's just look back at 2015 here. So the bottom obviously was January, and then you did come up higher here. This was July. That was July was a peak, and that was a decent. The thing here too is that on the Bitstamp chart, you came down lower than you came down for a lot of other things. I don't remember Bitcoin coming down much lower than like 180. Maybe it did come down lower. I remember because I was messing around with it. I was buying it in January 2015, believe it or not. I didn't have too much money back then. I was 18 years old, or actually was I 17? I think I was 17. I was just turning 18 at the time. Yeah, I was 17 and I was dabbling around with it, and I don't even know what I was. I think I was buying it with freaking like prepaid debit cards. Because I wasn't old enough to have a debit card of my own yet, so I would buy with cash prepaid ones and mess around with it. But yeah, and I don't remember, for some reason I don't remember coming down that low. But if we look at let's just look at the Coinbase chart here. In terms of where we, okay. Oh, no, I was wrong. Okay. The Bitstamp chart was more accurate, so I think it did come down. Okay, 160 makes sense. The Coinbase chart was the one that really went real low for no reason. That was the double bottom there, and that double bottom was in August. So if we do come up to 38 in July, let's say, then you get, this wasn't as bad as a correction as some may think. Yeah, 35% downward, yeah. And there's a double bottom. Yeah, so essentially a higher high would be a lot. I mapped it out if you were to come up to 37, 38 here. Probably something like that. You'd probably come back down to 20, I would guess. I mean, what kind of correction is that from 38? That's still 40. I mean, if it's 30 something, maybe back to 24. I mean, nothing goes straight up, guys. I mean, then you're probably gonna have to see something else after the halvening, like you did over here, I think. I forget exactly when the halvening was. Halvening in 2015. Oh man, I'm trying to remember. Was it around here? Yeah, I think it was around June. Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah, it was summer, and then you dump down again, and then just got some lightning there. Thunderstorm. What's up, Alan? What's up, Bullish on Parade? What's up, James? Appreciate you guys. So yeah, I mean, in terms of that double bottom, that's what we're looking at there. What was the next? What was the thing I wanted to mention here? Something that may kind of end the fun here too, that we got to kind of keep in mind is going to be the 3-week. Whenever this does get a red dot, VWAP curving back up, so not looking bad at the moment. But you do have the trend reversal, so if it's like that, that's the other thing too. Here, not so bad, obviously 2015, but if it's like this guy, you know what I mean, there, and then that would be more of a, that'd be interesting too, if we were to come up to 38 or something, and then, ooh, January is back down, so it's more of an extended, that could be possible here, that could be possible. Sound effects? No. Those are not, that was real thunder. It's a thunderstorm. There's no sound effects, man. Not that sophisticated. That was real thunder. It rains a lot in Miami. A lot of thunderstorms in the summer months. And let's see down there, and then so yeah, let's move on to ETH. I mean, obviously testing the volume area high. ETH is lagging behind Bitcoin significantly. Double blood diamonds on the weekly, and that rejection from there. Money flow coming out, VWAP coming down. So it's just similar to Bitcoin in the sense that like this is the bearish case in the 2-day. Daily gap to RSI's, VWAP coming down. I would say that's the bearish case as well. Weekly even, this is where we get interesting because these RSIs are starting to almost curve back down, especially with the top one here, and then money flow is looking pretty bullish. But let's look at what happened in 2019 here. When he did come, yeah, you still had more to. So it's different in some ways, definitely different in a lot of aspects. So, but yeah, this almost is making me. I mean, I think ultimately, I mean, whether or not we keep pumping here, you know, I think ETH is going to continue to bleed against Bitcoin for at least the next few months, at least probably September, October, I think. You know, yeah. And if we do, okay, so we're in this area right now. If we break upward, you got somewhat of a technical target, like 28,800. You could get up to potentially, you know, maybe, oh man, you could probably get up to Bitcoin 38K, maybe get up to here, 22 or something. I still think you'd lag behind a decent amount you'd be lagging behind Bitcoin still if you hit that spiral line. Don't know if you will though. Maybe a little bit of a higher high from there if you do get up to 38K for Bitcoin, but it's to be seen. I mean, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking like, man, I mean, I see the case for, so this would definitely be the case for higher, a 6-hour money flow coming up, and then yeah, 12 hours, well, money flow coming up. So that's the case to come up, obviously. So once we get to the lower time frames, this gets a bit more bearish. RSI is coming down, especially in the hourly. 90-minute is now crossing into the red. You got some gapped RSIs right here. So, I mean, the RSIs would potentially bring you up, maybe a little bit of a bear trap. or we just come down farther. I'm in the ballpark based on that daily gap to RSIs there that I'm in the more of the bear ballpark. I mean, I do have a swing short in on Ethereum. If you want more info, check out the Discord for that. Not doing bad. What do I think is causing ETH to bleed against Bitcoin? Part of the regulatory FUD is part of it. The same reason alts are bleeding against Bitcoin. A lot of tourists are gone. That's part of it as well. And it's what happened in 2019 in the last accumulation year. So I think a combination of those three things. So historical data combined with regulatory FUD and tourists being gone. It was yesterday, Jennifer, I believe the Bitcoin ETF was approved. There's like a leveraged ETF approved. I think at that point, a lot of the price is factored in for the ETF stuff and the good news we had. A lot of price is already factored in for that. I think we're going to need kind of to keep going here. Like if we keep pumping up here, I mean, obviously, you know, I think it's like there's other reasons, not necessarily because of the ETFs, you know. I think that's already kind of being priced in. But in the short term, man, I mean, if we can't, you know, if we go down to this POC, maybe hit something here, I mean, it's not impossible based on the daily, based on the 2-day to just, you know, lose this area and then come right back down to this spider line or more. So be careful with that. You also do have a trend reversal sign on the 2-day. This one was that was bullish. That was bearish. That one was kind of in between. You got, let's see, kind of 50-50 here in terms of, yeah, very bearish. We're going from very bearish to kind of bearish to bullish to question mark. Yeah, I think that ultimately, Gamlau, I think that I think that ultimately Bitcoin dominance, you know, just saw what we've seen in 2019 will continue to rise. At least probably for the next few months. I mean, it's nothing goes, you know, really straight up, but I think, you know, Bitcoin, ETH, you know, if we do have, the thing too is like, this is what I think is going to happen. Say we pump up to 37, 38K. This is probably going to go down to here. I think, you know, ETH could bleed another like 11% against Bitcoin in that sense. Let's actually zoom in here because we're still bleeding. We're just free falling against Bitcoin right now. I mean, just think about it. If you're, you know, think about how much more you would have if it's bled essentially 28% against Bitcoin. So you would have, if you bought ETH instead of Bitcoin back in these times, you would have 30% less wealth than you would have had if you bought Bitcoin. So keep that in mind. I think if we pump up to 37K, this could end up going here. It'll still fall down. And then once we have a correction from 40K, 37K, pick your poison, wherever you think, then we could potentially view these lower areas. And if you could guesstimate when that would be, it may not be until January, guys. If we keep coming up here to 38.7, 38K, you may see a 20K in January, and then you may rally into the happening from there for the next few months. That's a possibility too. I think it's going to be faster coming down with this if the market just collapses. Like if we reject hard from 30K here, I think that will come down. Honey Drippers, what's up, man? Is there any hope for Hex or Pulse or whatever for the Pulse X or whatever next one he's releasing next week? Is there any hope? Give me some hope here. Put all my money in Hex, and I lost everything. I'm just kidding. I sold Hex at like 40 cents. That was one of my best trades, best sells. But yeah, crab market. Appreciate the follow to Lion Sold. I think, are we almost up to like 1,000 followers on Twitch? I don't even log into Twitch anymore. I just live stream on it. Big cup and handle on Bitcoin. Let's take a look at that. I think are you talking about like, you talking about this kind of like cup and handle, this guy? Yeah, I think that's what you're talking about. Yeah, you got to be talking about that. Let's take a look here. So yeah. Ooh. Oh man. Imagine 60K this year. Imagine that. I mean, where, let's see. Oh, man. That would be all-time highs, yeah. I mean, this could have been a cup and handle, and look what, you know. Yeah. I think it will, yeah. I mean, I think that's a good find, though. I think, yeah. Possible. Anything's possible. Miles return, yeah. 38K maybe, yeah. I mean, if the dollar really collapses and things get crazy, that's why like we're in a position where it's like dangerous not to have any Bitcoin, but at the same time, it's dangerous to have, you know, too much. You know what I mean? Like that's what I would say. We're in that kind of position. Only BlackRock. Nobody really knows. Like BlackRock knows more than you, but or knows more than us, but nobody really knows. I think Bitcoin will pump. It's hard to say, man. I mean, I kind of see both cases right now. Like based on the high time frames, I want to say that we could keep going up to 37, like CryptoFace was talking about. But if I look at like the daily and the 2-day, it makes me think we could reject from here. Also, if I look at the weekly right here, look at, so you had the top here, came down. Okay, you made a slightly higher high or double top or whatever. Look at what happened here. Came down, you know, kind of that double top, and then you just fell off. So I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think ETH definitely looks significantly worse than Bitcoin. But I don't know. It's tough to really say. But it doesn't really change my strategy. I mean, I'm just DCAing into, you know, I'm just trying to DCA into Bitcoin until like December, January kind of. And I mean, let's say you have no money in crypto. Let's say you bought at 69K and then you sold at 15K. You know, let's say you bought at the exact top. You went long at the exact top with all your money. And then you held on to it until 15.5K, and then you sold there. You sold it all there because you know you thought we were going to, I don't know, 0 or 3K or whatever. What should you do? What should you do? Yeah, I think that it's a good DCA area. I think from now, a 6-month period from probably now until January, or 7-month period, I guess you could say. That's 7 months to January. Pretty good for Bitcoin. I would be getting into ETH, you know, you guys know when I'm waiting for ETH, probably on the 12-day or the 2-week. If the 12-day comes into the, yeah, it's probably going to be in August here by the time we get there, unless we dump quickly. You know, the 12-day and the 2-week. Does anyone know, like, what's the best, like, automated way to... And I don't recommend this. I'm just curious. I know Frankie Candles was telling me he like has an automated way in KuCoin, or like a bot with something that just DCAs for him every day. Is there a way to do that with like Coinbase or whatever? But you shouldn't leave too much money in exchanges. That's the other thing. So, yeah. I should show you. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you the trade. So I'm long on this. Do have another short in though. Do have one short in. So this was this trade that I'm holding on to right now. We'll see what happens. It's about hedging your bets. We do it in the Discord, yeah. So this was that trade. Maybe I'll leave this down here so I get more views or whatever, what we normally do, or more live streamers. I don't know. It's not that impressive. But yeah. Oh, okay. You set up for, okay. Bitcoin Cash, man. I was thinking this would be when it went to 0. I know somebody who bought that at the exact all-time high. Bitcoin Cash. Does anybody even know what the hell Bitcoin Cash even is or does? I feel like this has even less merit than Doge. Yeah, this is because the ETF that listed it, because there's a thought that this isn't it is not a security or whatever. I don't know, man. Gapped RSIs. I mean, you're getting. I mean, I'd rather buy Bitcoin than this. I think this will eventually go to 0, but I don't know. I could be wrong. Trigger wave on the 2-week confirms in 8 days. Some of you guys are bullish on this. I mean, I don't know. If we do go into a rally, I'm sure there's like some joke token. Like there will be some garbage tokens that do continue to pump or do weird crap. If we go up to 38K, it's absolutely could. You know, continue the momentum. Let's see if we could draw like a bull pennant or something. Seems like we just broke out of a. Hold on a second here. Okay, okay, thanks guys. Thanks, Alan. Yeah. KuCoin is probably safer. I would say Coinbase is probably a little bit. I mean, I mean, KuCoin had a little bit of FUD at some point. Latest with Bitcoin Cash, if we want to draw out this guy, this little, oh man, you're kind of hitting that technical target out of that breakout. It's going to be, I mean, 4 hour looks like it could continue. You're getting bearish divs though. This is all depend. This probably could pump a lot more. Honestly, it probably, if Bitcoin goes up to 30K, this could be one of those like weird esoteric ones that just, well, the thing is, you're kind of already hitting your, let's see a second, you're kind of already hitting the technical target though. I mean, how much? Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, the next big place is going to be there. And that's the thing. I think Pepe would even, Pepe is probably a good, let me take a look at Pepe. I forget what's going on with this. Yeah, you're hitting this could be a good short because you're hitting that technical target, and now, let me take a look at that. Yeah, this could be, for all the degenerates who like to trade garbage like this, I mean, you know, maybe that money flow crossover. I don't think, I mean, we all know what's gonna happen with this eventually, but. Something like that, maybe all the way back down to this area. That's probably, the volatility's got to be insane. What is that? Yeah, 30. Yeah. Weekly close tomorrow. Oh, it could even like draw directly out of your bank account. Wow. Weekly, I would say, because statistically, I know Ben Cowan did something with this, like finding the day where Bitcoin was cheapest statistically. I think it's Monday. I don't know if there's a particular time, but I think it is Monday where it's probably Monday morning, I would guess, maybe, because there's normally Sunday night dumps or whatever. Maybe I'll do that. That would be easy, just to, you know, DCI a certain amount every week. If you have the frickin' Coinbase that you pay for, I don't know, is it 10, 20 bucks a month? I pay for it. It's there's no transaction fee, so I mean, that could be an option. Bitcoin Cash. It got listed on Robinhood, and it probably still is frickin' listed on Robinhood, so that's probably part of the reason why. Pepe. Yeah, I still think Bitcoin Cash is going to 0 or whatever. What's up, NBF? Auto DC 2 or 3 hour green dots below. That may be a good strategy. Let's take a look at that. 3 hour here. This is, let's see, June 10th, June 15th. We want to ideally. Yeah, maybe that might be a good, yeah. It's like every week here, yeah. That might be a good strategy. That would be, I gotta set up a bot for that or something. Or you can set a notification for this easily. Set up a notification, then you would do it manually. That may be a good strategy. I mean, how much would you be up if you just bought at these three, probably average buy-in, like around here or something? Jeez, you'd be up at 18. That's not half bad, not half bad. Boomers are buying Bitcoin Cash. Oh my God. I can't believe I can't believe boomers even know about Bitcoin Cash unless you consider a boomer to be someone my age. I think it's mainly kids on Robinhood buying Bitcoin Cash, bro. I don't think it's really it's really boomers. Boomers would be buying just regular Bitcoin usually, or the Rick Edelman like ETF or some of those scam ETFs or something. CB Pro. Oh yeah, I used to, yeah, Coinbase Pro, yeah. Or no, I don't even know I have the pay for one. I have the one you pay for. I thought Coinbase Pro isn't even a thing anymore. That's the one I used to use. Coinbase Pro is a scam. The lens 4R for the two. That's like, I don't think that's public info, Jonathan. That's like coded by CryptoFace. Like that and the money flow are tough to, that's like his own proprietary thing. That's what separates it from more coin cash. Yeah. I feel like I feel like even a lot of the new people to crypto wouldn't even, they probably know what it is now, Bitcoin Cash. But I mean, people getting into crypto, like, after 2021 bull run, I mean, nobody's really talked about. Coinbase One, yeah, that's one I use. It's like 10 or 20 bucks a month, yeah. But yeah. That could be, yeah, that 2, 3 at these trigger it. Yeah, I mean, the ones below, yeah, they don't, especially on the 3 hour here, yeah, it's like once a week essentially. They're pretty good buy-ins, a lot of these. I'm just trying to like back test this a little bit for like the last couple months here since February. Yeah, you'd be well ahead, yeah. But I mean, obviously, if you, just curious what this would have looked like if you were to go back to like, yeah, well, I mean, obviously we know what happened back there, but yeah. What alts am I on right now? AVAX, the ones that are like hitting major points, like AVAX, DOT kind of. DOT I don't really like as much as AVAX, but AVAX is one that, like, I mean, if you must buy an alt right now, it could be, this one could be, see that major point. I mean, if you get the bull div on the weekly, there's a possibility RSI is coming together. There's a possibility this could be bottoming out. There's also good news. There's some good fundamentals behind AVAX. AVAX is one I'm definitely going to get into when the time is right. I mean, what are we down from our all-time high right now? 91. I mean, the lowest I could kind of, well, yeah, it's pretty, that's a problem. If we lose this area, you're kind of screwed. But I don't think it's going to go that low. I don't think we're really going to $3. The other one, this guy, I mean, if you're betting that crypto.com succeeds, hitting a major point here, you may get that bull div on the weekly pretty soon. Thing is, every freaking exchange token seems to like just do nothing, but yeah. Just keeps going down. Sol and Matic are promising. Yeah, I think those are the ones that I think that those are the ones I would be waiting more for. If I had to buy alts right now, I'd probably pick up AVAX. I'd probably pick up crypto.com. I'd probably pick up DOT maybe. We'll look at DOT in a second. Matic I think will continue to get hit hard here. I think Matic will perform not as good as some of the others. Sol as well, I would probably stay off of for now. Although, if I had to choose between buying Sol and Matic right now, I would definitely buy Sol just because it's down a lot more, I think. Let's look at DOT. That looks pretty, yeah, that's the thing too. If you get that weekly, especially because you're just down so much, I mean, I do think AVAX probably has better fundamentals, and I think it's a smaller market cap too. But I mean, how much lower are you gonna? I mean, you definitely can go to like $2 or something. I mean, I don't really see a lot of these going much below. I mean, unless they go to 0, I don't see them going much below. I don't see this going below another 50% correction. That's what I'll say. So I mean, like that was an 80%. So I mean, buying this here, I mean, you're not buying it high. I'll say that. You're not buying it high. XRP, I mean it's such a high market cap. I just think there's better opportunities in the market, but yeah, I don't like the gap to RSIs at all here. I do not like this one bit. This I would probably stay away from. I would probably stay away from this more so than I would even stay away from Matic and Sol, just because I don't like I would rather be buying Bitcoin. Like I would rather be kind of buying Bitcoin than all these altcoins. But if I had to dabble in some, I'd be looking at the ones that are hitting just such major historical support, like AVAX, Polkadot, Crypto.com. Those are the 3 I would mess with if I had to mess with some right now. Other than that, I probably wouldn't be messing with any. I mean, this one too, I like Cosmos, RSI's coming together on the weekly here. I mean, historically, I've been thinking we'd come down lower, but if I had to mess with some, I would probably, if Bitcoin runs up to, what I will say is if Bitcoin runs up to 37, 38K here, I think Atom could probably outperform it. I think that AVAX could probably outperform it. I think that Crypto.com probably could outperform it. I think that DOT probably could outperform it in that run up. After that, I think they'll probably still continue to bleed against Bitcoin for a few more months. But yeah, let's look at, yeah, we can look at Gala. I like a little bit better in Kava. Gala, yeah, I mean that's another one. Yeah, I mean hitting that double bottom that week. I'd be waiting for that weekly to. That's the thing there. I mean it is a pretty big bullish dip from there. Not from there though. Yeah, I mean you're hitting that point. All those yellow X's, that could have been the bottom there, and then you're making all, higher low. I mean, that could kind of, yeah. I mean, I see what you're looking at, absolutely. I mean, what is this down from its all-time high? 96. Yeah, I mean, the thing with this, guys, is like if this goes lower than that, it's probably going to zero. I think if this goes lower, if this makes a lower low than that December low, it's probably going to go to zero, guys. I mean, 5LXs jump up. This could be a good buy. Yeah. I mean, let's look at Gala Bitcoin though. Yeah, it just keeps like, wait for this bull div. Yeah, keep an eye on. Let me write some of this crap down because you guys are giving me some ideas here. Weekly bull div buys AVAX Gala dot Crow. Add them on the list as well. AVAX Gala dot Crow. I think that's all of them for now. Yeah. Don't think Gala would go. I don't think Gala would go to zero either. I don't think it probably wouldn't. I like Gala ETH. The thing too that like makes me really scared to buy any freaking alts right now is you're getting no, that's not a bull div. It might be the next green dot that you need here because the thing that scares me away from alts is this because if ETH can't even outperform Bitcoin, you think most of these alts will? Probably not. I mean, some of them might. I mean, we don't know, but yeah, 4 hour, 3 hour Bitcoin in terms of money flow is pretty bullish, I would say. I mean, we're obviously not doing much right now, but yeah, money flow in the 4 hours good, 3 hour money flow not good, 5 hour money flow not good. I don't know, it's a little conflicting. 2 week on ETH too. I think when this comes into the red with the red on the 12-day, that's when we'd probably get close to ETH essentially bottoming out against Bitcoin, I think. Similar to kind of over here. And it bottomed out against Bitcoin around September. Yeah, it bottomed out around Bitcoin against September. So it did come down farther, but yeah. I mean, that was a good place to be at 185. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. It's 10x to where we are now. I mean, yeah. Gala.Crow, yeah. Zoom in on ETH, what's going on right now. I mean, the yellow X on the 30 minutes definitely not that great of a sign. It looks like we're going to come down more, I would say. I mean, it's the weekend, tougher to predict, but in my opinion, other than that 6 hour, maybe we come down there, and then these 6 hours starts to play out more in terms of that money flow. You come down a bit more, and then you get a jump up. Could be possible. But yeah. What's up, Nightshade? How's it going, buddy? How's it going? Appreciate you guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed the content. Subscribe if you're new, because we bring you some of the best analysis, in my opinion, on the internet in the world. And check out the Discord down below. And I am doing a new promo. Ends July 1st. If you sign up to either MEXC or FAIRDESK down below, if you are an experienced trader and deposit at least $200, and then open a support ticket in the Discord, put in your UID. I will give you 1 free month in the premium Discord. It's me and 2 other pro traders. We provide an excellent product there, so check it out. So yeah. And yeah. Bitcoin will turn up for 56.7 hours. I usually don't, predict it that precisely, but yeah, I mean, we're either gonna, feel like you're either gonna, come down, maybe retest the volume area high here, or come up. I know it's not really, it's a little bit conflicting. I mean, my guess based on I see the argument both ways here. Definitely see the argument both ways. I mean, there's always going to be a double argument. I would say this would tell me more so that we would kind of come down, just because, I don't know, I don't see this. I don't see ETH just in a rally upward. I just don't see ETH continuing to just bleed against Bitcoin, which is indicative of what's going to happen, shown on this time frame. Bitcoin losing bear volume in an hourly time frame. Okay. Yeah, I mean, looking at the charts right now is not going to, I mean, it's a nice Saturday night here. I'm just thinking here. That money flow on the, what was the hourly? No bueno. No bueno. So yeah. Should probably look at Cardano. That's another one that could be tempting because of the double bottom or whatever. I mean, if you're thinking that, because you had this rally. I mean, he started there and then he came all the way. And a new rally, and then, I mean, is there a chart with even more data? Let me see something here. No, that's when it came out. That 3-day doesn't look half bad. Yeah, if we keep rallying upward, these might be able to run up. But yeah, I mean, you got the RSIs, and then, I mean, you hit kind of your target, that breakout kind of there, and then you're going to double top. So 3 days is the main bullish case. Weekly, if you could come up and get the bull div, that's going to be something. Yeah, it's going to be significant. That could take a little bit of time, though. Where do I think Link, AVAX, and Atom could go? Yeah, that's a good question. So I'll talk about Atom, where I think Atom could go. I think Atom could get to essentially probably $100 or at least close to it. I think a 10x is a pretty good goal for this. Essentially kind of from where we are right now, if you're willing to wait a few years, willing to wait at least, let's say, a year and a half. What is it? It's mid-2023, mid-2020. Yeah, probably 2 years. Wait 2 years, maybe a little less than that if history repeats. Chainlink. Let's look at Chainlink. Oh man, I mean, it depends. From where we are now, I don't know if Chainlink would get up to 100. That's a 15x. AVAX could go. I mean, Atom could go even higher than 100. I think 100 is for these decent points. Some of these may not make new all-time highs, but we don't really need them to for our purposes. I mean, a 10x is kind of good for a lot of these. What was the other one? AVAX. Let's take a look at AVAX. People are going to say I'm just pulling these numbers out of thin air, but I mean, that's kind of what we do. I think 200. I think 10 to 15 X's are good goals for these. I think that's kind of what I would look at. I mean, it's got a $4 billion market cap. I mean, if you get up to like, $40 billion market cap, that's a 10x. I think that's a good goal. Anything over that, sure, it's good, but at that point, this is a nice head. This is a weird head and shoulders or something. Break down, you're going down to there or something, but yeah. Oh yeah, somebody asked that. I think. I appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much, K Swiss 702. If I plan to sell Bitcoin into ETH and alts around September, October, which could be a possible reentry for Bitcoin, before it starts to move post-halvening. Okay, well, yeah, if you're selling, okay, so hypothetically, if you're converting a lot of Bitcoin to around there, do you mean to convert the alts back to Bitcoin? Because in terms of converting them to alts, I would wait, until we go into a mania phase, then take profits probably into the US dollar, and then wait to get it back into Bitcoin, do the whole thing over in the next bear market. But that's a longer thing. Re-entry for Bitcoin. To answer what I think for that, it's going to be, let's just look at the weekly here. I think post-halvening, you're going to see, this would be the halvening around here, March, April. The way I'm viewing like summer, mid to late 2024 would be probably the last, like I think mid to late 2024, it most likely, I don't know, but it's probably going to be the last entry to get into a good price. If we do see a big drop down after the halvening, that's going to be the re-entry. If you're seeing like a big crash, that's the re-entry. Mid to late 2024, I think is going to be like mid to late 2020 kind of the last area to get in. So yeah. Let's see. Do I think Bitcoin could still go to 15K? I think it's absolutely possible, especially if we reject from 30K here and just go straight down. I do think if history repeats itself, that's a double bottom. That's a double bottom. I think 16, 15K, 17K, those areas are absolutely possible. Major recession, doomsday. I mean, keep in mind, guys, there's a lot of inflation. I mean, Bitcoin really went down in terms of buying power. We went down to 10K in terms of really buying power. Like we went down to the buying power that Bitcoin had back over here when we were at 10K essentially. So in terms of inflation, we already went down to 10K. I'm not really seeing as of now a lower low than 15, but we can go to 12 or 13. I mean, if we go to 10K or 12K, something real bad, I mean, it's going to be, that's rough. I mean, that's not a good thing. Render. I think it's bearish. I mean, I think that even if we do continue forward, I think this is just going to lag behind. I mean, I think this looks bearish in all types of ways. I mean, trigger wave on the daily downward, 2-day looks bad, 3-day, money flow is good, yeah, but that trigger wave is being nullified almost. I think this could probably go down, generally pretty bearish until August, September, October, maybe back to 50 cents. I don't know though. That could be the general trajectory that we could see with Bitcoin too. I mean, Bitcoin goes back to like 16, 17K. This guy goes back here. Yeah. I mean, it's not impossible. It's 80% correction. I mean, yeah, it's an altcoin. Absolutely. XMR. Yeah, we could look at the XMR, sure. Let's see. Yeah, this is one of those like weird, it's just been kind of bouncing around no man's land or whatever. Because we haven't really done anything really since June of 22. I mean, you've been in, just trying to think, this could be a head and shoulders or something forming. That's kind of, let's see where the technical target for that would be. Neckline's around there. All right, that's not too bad. 110. I mean, you just been sideways so long, you're going to do something eventually here. That monthly doesn't look good. For the month, based on that monthly about to confirm, I'd probably lean more bearish just based on that, but obviously it's not everything. Just trying reversal there. I think there's going to be more FUD with the privacy tokens because of like government regulation and all that for now. My guess for this is that maybe you come down to here and then you bounce from there. I mean, the trend is sideways, so yeah. I don't know, man. What's tough to say with this guy? I think, what could be useful to look at this is maybe versus Bitcoin. Weekly versus, that's not too good on the weekly. I think this will bleed a bit more into Bitcoin, like September, October. You're probably going to go back to here or something. Monero, yeah, it's one of the all. I'd probably buy a little bit. Zcash is concerning just because it's been down so much, but that's another one that's got a possibility of doing something next bull market. I mean, the problem is like if you make, well, I mean that's only a 93%, or things have gone down 98 and came back. So I mean, you could come down to like $10 for this and still be all right theoretically. I think it's going to be a September, October type thing for this guy over here as money flow starts to come up and you actually get a bullish div or something. Yeah, I take partial profits. Rule of thumb is kind of take 50% on the first take profit, but it kind of depends a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I usually predetermine to take profits ahead of time. Sometimes I, change stuff, based on that. ETH Bitcoin, it just keeps bleeding. Yeah, I mean, it just keeps going down. I mean, I would not try to fight the trend on this because there's just nothing. I wouldn't try to fight the trend on this at least until we come down to this point. I mean, I think even if we pump 37, 38K, this is still going to bleed probably. So yeah. It's a little bit tough. Yeah, I'm like, I see both cases here. I mean, like, do we see that summer rally over the next few weeks? I mean, if we come to 38K, it could happen in 3 weeks, mid-July or something. Solana, man, I don't know. It's tough to say. In terms of the next bull run, I mean, from where we are right now, I feel like this won't make a new all-time high. I don't know, though. I think it'll probably at least come up to 100 again or something. I absolutely could make a new all-time high, but we'll have to see. Yeah, appreciate you, Andrew. Appreciate you, Gumlav. Shout out to... Oh, yeah, I've had you on the stream before. Yeah, we're doing good in the Discord. By the way, yeah, a lot of people really liked it. So check it out. It's pretty reasonable right now, 65 a month for what you get out of it. We don't want to, I don't want to have so many, hundreds and hundreds of people seeing the same exact stuff there. So the prices will, gradually be risen. I think there's, I mean, I know I'm biased, but I think there's a lot of, other paid communities that give you like a tenth of the information that we give you, and they charge like $150 for it. So, yeah. I mean, we're not right all the time. You're not going to get rich just blindly following someone's trades. It's not how it works, but I think it could help you guys out a lot. I think it's well worth every penny. But I'm a little biased, so yeah. Let's see. Litecoin, Bitcoin. That's a good thing to look at, yeah. Yeah, thanks, Alan. Appreciate it. Yeah, this is why I don't really like Litecoin. It's just a bleeder, man. Let's just look. 2013. I forgot this was around that long. Yeah, this was one of the... It's bled 94% against Bitcoin since 2014. And I bet a lot of you guys probably... What would you do? Go long in this at... I'm joking. But I know a lot of people probably went long in this. Probably bought this in November of 2013 at the exact all-time high. And you bled... You bled 94% against Bitcoin. For long term, I mean, will it do something next bull run? Probably, but I mean, some of these just bleed forever. I mean, the weekly does look good, yeah. I mean, it came into the green there, and then let's look what happened. And then we crashed another 90% against Bitcoin. Yeah, it's just not. Sure, it could do something. I think Litecoin is like, when people say like scams, I'm not calling it a scam, but just in the way it performs, it kind of is. Yeah, Litecoin's just not. Litecoin and XRP are like the ones that don't look good on the charts right now. I mean, you do have the blood diamond. I mean, yeah, you may get a trigger wave after our size come together. I don't know, man. It's a weird one. Oh yeah, that happened. When is the Litecoin happening? Did it happen already? Or is it in August or something? How long have I been trading for? Seriously, since like mid 2020, but kind of unseriously since like 2015. Yeah, I don't know. I think the blood diamond would probably play out and we'd see something like that. I mean, if you do pump up to 37K, this could come up to 130 or something. Maybe with the halvening, I mean, into August, then you'll come down after that. I don't know. I still think it'll probably lag against Bitcoin. Maybe if it does, it could be an oscillator for the next few months. I probably wouldn't take that trade though, but maybe if you see the trigger wave here, maybe you could give it a shot. I think there's probably better things to trade. I'd rather go long on like AVAX or Cosmos or Crow or Dot or some, you know, something like that. So yeah. But yeah. I'm trying to think here. Let's see, August 2nd. Yeah. $20.30. That's what I mean. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it could come down if it's like that. I mean, yeah. But I just don't, I'm just not that big. I feel like you're just going to do so much better with something like Cosmos, AVAX, you know, DOT. I mean, I'm just not a Litecoin guy, man. ETH, I mean, ETH is, you know, I mean, Litecoin's a large market cap too. I mean, 6 billion compared to a lot of other things. I mean, the ship has sailed. Let's look at BNB. Okay, so you're hitting a big point here. I think whatever happens, it's still going to bleed against Bitcoin. It's not even looking strong at this point. Yeah, this is not, yeah. I mean, maybe you get a jump. Bitcoin goes to 37. Yeah, you're probably going back to 3 something here or whatever, but I think you're probably going to go 150 at some point. I mean, nothing goes up forever. Reality's finally hitting this. 20x. Yeah, I mean, I think it'll do something in the next bull run. Yeah, it'll probably repeat something. I mean, it's at least going to be an oscillator. But, yeah. I don't know about 20x, bro. 20x for Litecoin X. Let me see. Let's take a look at that. Let's see something. If we go down, okay, assuming you get in at 30 bucks, which it's more of an if. A new all-time high, man. I don't know. I don't know about a new all-time high for this. I mean, this might not even get up to this high. This might only get up to like 180 in the next. This could be, you know, it could go to 0. This could be done. I mean, didn't make a new all-time high there. That was just a double top, and then, yeah. Oh, Tom Crown, yeah. Why does he like? There are people who like it. I mean, I just don't. I mean, that's the thing too. I guess like because if you argue like because it's just bled so much against Bitcoin, maybe it'll come back. I mean, maybe they know something I don't. Maybe that, but I just I would I think you're just so much better off buying ETH than buying Litecoin or yeah. Yeah, cigar, yeah. Cigar. Atom I like. Atom's one of my favorite ones. Atom, AVAX, Chainlink 2. I think Atom and AVAX are probably my 2 favorites, honestly. Probably in terms of what I think could do the best in the next bull run. But yeah, I give them mod. I usually give the other influencers like mod status. Just so like people know like which if somebody tries to make a fake account or something, he's not active in my Discord. Yeah, Bitcoin longs. Let's see. Oh, it's just this. What? Let's see what's. This usually doesn't tell you much. A lot of longs in the. Ooh. This actually kind of. Let's see something. Yeah, the long because in the macro, the longs actually bring the market up, right? Well, no, not exactly. Not exactly. Because yeah, no, it's not a. Yeah. They trend out. Yeah, they keep going up. Yeah. Or I don't know if I think the founders, I think Charlie Leach sold his Litecoin because he knew it was going to zero. Maybe not. Yeah, you could be right. I'd have to read more about it. But I mean, it's just not my thing. But you do you guys. This isn't financial advice, as it says down below. Oh, are we jumping a little bit? Yeah, we're jumping a little bit. Probably gonna be more. Yeah, we'll see if we come down tomorrow. So we're getting into the point where, yeah, I mean, you may get that trigger wave on the 2. We're maybe getting into the case where it'll pump up to back up here, maybe make a higher high, 33. There's definitely, we might be pumping up back to those areas. Everybody was bullish on Litecoin. I'll tell you when everybody was bullish on Litecoin, because there's a lot of people who were so bullish on Litecoin next bull run. Like, I know a lot of people who converted all of their Bitcoin over to Litecoin, like right here. Not a fun place to be. I mean, what are you down from your all-time high right now? I mean, what are you 80% down? Let's look at Litecoin Bitcoin again. You know, if you converted in May 21, where was May 21 here? Oh my God. Right there. Ouch. 60%. He sold it, yeah. I mean, he did sell at the top. Yeah, Charlie Lee did sell Litecoin at the top. That was kind of a no-brainer, though, because, you know, everybody was talking about it. You know, it was kind of, if you know any, like, you know, basic psychology, like, he waited till the bull run happened. Everybody talked about it. He also probably knew the last cycle, approximately, where we topped out as well. So, I mean, it was smart, obviously, but it wasn't like you didn't have to be a major genius to know crypto was probably going to go down at that point. I mean, I knew it. I predicted it would around that point. Phantom, yeah, sure, we could look at it. Is Phantom even? I forget what Phantom even is. Is it gaming? Is it metaverse? Like, yeah, I mean, in that point, money flow coming up, RSIs coming together, yeah. This could have some potential. I like that crossover right there. Kind of dependent on Bitcoin what happens, but I could see, yeah, making a higher. I mean, if you're arguing that's the bottom, make a higher low there and keep going maybe. Because yeah, that is a big point that it's like AVAX or the other hidden big points. I mean, and I don't really see a lot of these going down much more than 50%. So I mean, yeah, I forgot the volatility is nuts on these. This is how much is this down from its all-time high? 92, yeah. Cosmos not needing a token. I don't know. People don't know what they're talking about. Celsius, they're going to dump a lot of altcoins. The rumor is they're going to dump a lot of altcoins July 1st. Maybe that's already factored in. I think if anything, that'll just make some altcoins continue to bleed against Bitcoin. If we go down, if the entire market goes down, alts will get hit harder against Bitcoin probably because of that. If market goes up, alts will just lag behind Bitcoin. Any ways to look for on Bitcoin or alts? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I look more on moving averages, but yeah, there's apps. I mean, let's try it right now. You know, go like this won't give us. Yeah, this is MV2. There's some custom fibs I've added in too. That's not going to give us much, but yeah, I mean, if you're like, let's do a shorter thing with the volatility is that area right there. Yeah. You can mess around with it. ETH bear div on the 4 hour. Let's take a look here. 4 hours more of the bull case because you may get the trigger wave pretty soon. The bear case is like the 5 with the money flow coming out. 6 is the bull. Yeah, the potential trigger wave. I would say 4 hours more bull case. You break up from here and then keep going. Decentralized platform, okay. Gotcha. So yeah. Yeah, well, there's going to be more clarity once we get to like Monday. I think we're going to see more of like what's going to happen here, whether we come down to this area or just break up higher, come early next week. Right now, a little bit tough to say. Definitely see both cases. Um, oh my God, Pepe. I was looking at shorting that, but yeah, hit your wrong chart. Hit your technical target, and now it looks like. So I would be more inclined to short this guy, try to short back down to there based on that, unless you consider this a bull pennant and then you break upward. And how high could Pepe go? Yeah, sometimes they do get close to previous like all-time highs. I mean, sometimes they do get close. It wouldn't surprise me too much. This looks like everything else, kind of. Trigger or whatever. Hidden bullish div. Yeah, I don't really hunt out the hidden bullish divs too much. Are there any potentially forming on Bitcoin or something? Let me see something here. I mean, is this a regular bullish div happening right now? Does make it a long, yeah. I don't know. I mean, we'll probably have some type of reaction up to, we're hitting this point right here, so yeah, you're probably gonna have some type of reaction off of this point, which is typical of weekend trading. But I mean, it does look good on the lower time frame, so it definitely doesn't look like it's time to do a scalp trade, scalp short, in my opinion. Although if you like that like 1 minute, like you go in when this confirms, take out profits, so quickly, 3 seconds or whatever. Let's do what we like to do sometimes. Let's look at some headlines. The Russia coup kind of ended. That's kind of over. They retreated. I think that's just, they kind of just chickened out of that. So I think that's over. I think if they didn't retreat, Putin would have just destroyed them very quickly. Sailor's been, yeah, he was on Miss Teen Crypto's YouTube channel, which was pretty cool. Pretty recently. I think MicroStrategies hasn't done bad. Bitcoin rallying. Oh, we're rejecting from there. This looks exactly like Bitcoin. Trigger, yeah. This looks almost better than frickin'. This almost looks better than Bitcoin right now, but it's gonna do whatever the hell Bitcoin does, most likely. It's kind of almost a more volatile version, right? Yeah, because yeah. It's all Bitcoin. I mean, that's the thing too. This probably will continue to, because if you let's look at this versus Bitcoin. I mean, it probably did better, right? I mean, it's probably like similar to ETH versus Bitcoin overall. Or, well, when did he first start buying? Okay, yeah, but when we want to find out when oh yeah, it's just a more, that looks good on that monthly though, man. That trigger wave, that looks not bad on that monthly. If Bitcoin succeeds, this probably will, but yeah. This might not be the worst. I wouldn't buy it, but that monthly don't look bad. I mean, how much is it? January, May of 20, yeah, 100% against Bitcoin. That's interesting. But if you bought this in frickin' down 58, so yeah. Yeah, I mean, it would make sense to, have a pullback here for ETH or something, 1817, and come up, maybe retest this area and come up more. Or you get like a trigger wave on the 4-hour that could happen pretty soon. I mean, I would be more inclined to be on the bull side with this 4-hour trigger wave, but it's a Saturday night. I mean, the money flow coming up there. Yeah. Anyway, let's look at a few of the articles and I'm gonna get going. Let's look at actually AI. That's corporate defaults. Okay. Let's look at some traditional markets and I'll probably get off. S&P 500. I mean, breaking upward, cap to RSIs. Nothing looks that bad on this aside from like maybe money flow coming out on the 2 week. It's not even going to give you like could it be a hidden? No like hidden bearish div really. So the thing here is like, I mean, your high anchor waves, you're probably going to correct, but there's nothing that indicative of us like crashing downward, I mean, that badly. However, daily, this is a little bit, all these gap to RSIs there, money flow coming out. I think you'll continue this correction a bit more, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. You're hitting a big point. I mean, yeah. Let's look at the NASDAQ too. Money flow coming out of the day, that's like more bearish. I think the SPY looks more like that rather than the ES as well. That's a bearish div. This NASDAQ definitely looks more bearish than, let me just see something here. So you go NASDAQ versus, yeah, this is interesting because that monthly too, look at that NASDAQ versus, I think the SPY is going to do better, start to do better again against this. I mean, the trend is just upward, straight upward, but that monthly I think is going to, see, when's the last time we had like, that's interesting, yeah, kind of like, I think this could bleed a lot against the SPY. That's overheated too there. No, I've not played around with Pulse. Yeah, it's definitely better to have self-custody 100%, yeah. Let's look at, this could be interesting. Because, I mean, it's bled so much. Oh, my golly. That's a big point. Are you going to... Ooh. Yeah, a little double bottom there. A 2-week, too, coming up. I think the Dow may resurge. Against the NASDAQ, I think the Dow may resurge. Let's see Dow. This is a good question. This probably isn't... It's probably going to be tougher to read this chart, but... Yeah, it's generally bled against the SPY since for the last 100 years or whatever. I mean, if we do go into a recession, this theoretically would start to outperform the SPY, I would think. What happened in 08 with this? Yeah, for the most part, and then yeah. How about the Russell? Is it? Yeah, RUT versus X. Let's try that. I almost think this one could bleed worse. Did it well in that, right? Yeah, it's just bled since 14. You're short Bitcoin Cash? I have no idea. It looks like the Russell will continue to bleed. What about the Russell versus... This could be interesting. That's just completely... Okay, since we get... Oh! That's an interesting freaking. This would be indicative of us going into a recession, or actually traditional markets dumping. Because look at that, you're hitting that big. Unless, I mean, we could lose it. Yeah, the trend is downward, but that's a significant point to kind of keep an eye on. That's a significant point. How about the Russell versus the Dow? Did I look at that? I think not yet. That's like the only pair I didn't. So it's generally outperformed the Dow. And double bottom there. I think the Russell is like the least volatile, right? The Russell is the most conservative one. I don't know though. This is interesting right there. Kind of coming up with that. Could be interesting user for Russia. Yeah, Wagner rollover. What was the? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that would probably be more bullish for us because it's less civil. I don't even know, though, but yeah. It's pretty wild. Like, a lot of people were messaging me about that, and I was busy doing other crap, but I didn't really care that much because I was just, working on other stuff, but yeah. Markets are, yeah. I mean, it shows Russia doesn't know what the hell they're doing, I guess. I mean, I haven't looked into it that much, but it's definitely not. I would say it's better for the Ukraine than Russia overall. But yeah, we will see. We will see what happens. I mean, we will definitely have to see. It's going to be an interesting time. Anyway, guys, if you guys are interested, check out the Discord down below. Promo I'm going to be doing just for you guys until July 1st. If you sign up to MEXC or FAIRDESK with my link down below, deposit at least $200 if you're an experienced trader, if you know how to trade. I will give you 1 free month in my premium in the Aldo Empire VIP Discord channels. Just open a support ticket or shoot me a DM on Discord with your UID once you do that. Follow me on Twitter, subscribe. I'm telling you to do so many things right now. And yeah, so check that out. There is a trading competition with MEXC too going on right now. So check all that out, guys. Really appreciate you guys. Hope you guys have a great night. And I'm out. Goodbye.